Another Wednesday is here and we are psyched to see it. Now on this show we are second to none and we bring it like no other every single time that we show up on your screens. We raise the bar for ourselves because really we think we are the most exciting thing on this side of the continent. But we have a secret and I will let you in on it. The secret, you are the secret ingredients that we use because nothing drives us further than the need to not disappoint you. Yes, our mission statement is giving you a morning off as fluffy as the clouds and as sweet as cupcakes. We also bring the beautiful and the classy to you. That's why the three ladies of Wake Up Nigeria are here with you this morning. I have the fire breather, the ego you bomb, the one and only in the kitchen. How you doing?
I'm good, T. How are you?
I'm good. It is good to see you again this week.
It's good to see you, darling. It's good to see you. How's your week been?
It's been productive. It's been really productive, and I'm glad to be here. Woman Crush Wednesday.
This month, we are stepping on necks.
Hallelujah. We are pressing their necks. Yes, as you can see, we mean to take no prisoners this morning, so let's get right to it. My name is Tokwe Olowoniyo. Now, remember, you can stream this show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Now, we have our app available for download on Android and iOS, and you can also go to our YouTube channel, follow us, subscribe. That's TVC Entertainment on YouTube, and you can binge watch your favorite segments and your favorite episodes. We're at TVC Connect on all socials. Now, please remember, if you want us to have access to your comments, just use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Now, kicking off things this morning, we have health and the natural ways to treat most of the things that ail us. Chioma Okonkwo is a nurse, naturopathic doctor, and a fruit therapist who will be joining us to discuss the role of fruit therapy in women's sexual needs. And next up, we're going to be joined by documentary filmmaker Ojema Kinde Olusoji, also known as Ayiki. He will be joining us to talk about his age-old craft. And for relationship, we have Toju Oluwatoyinbo joining us to talk about how to manage misogyny in a spouse. And finally, we will be joined by Elizabeth Odufa, popularly known as Easy. And she was a top 3 finalist that just concluded The Voice Nigeria, and she will be here to share her experience with us and what we should expect. Let's keep quiet. You know, the voice is gone. We don't want them to hear us.
We are singing the song.
But
we don't know about the competition.
We might break their eardrums.
I don't know about you. I'm not breaking.
Don't lie to yourself. You cannot sing.
See,
don't lie.
See, whatever I say, I
believe
it. Exactly.
I am a singer.
Yes, I am a singer.
I am the voice.
I am the voice. My voice is heard by millions of people.
Well, all right. How are you doing, darling? It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, darling.
I mean, it's been how many days?
I mean, I had a long weekend.
Oh,
and
yeah?
to be honest, my body needed it because last week, the body was just telling me, hey, ma'am, you need to rest. And I did. And I did. I actually did.
Oh, great. I mean, I had a work weekend filming back-to-back. And, you know, Kilby's coming. We're having media rounds
and
to promote. It's such a great place to be.
I know, right? I know. Like, I'm so happy. Like, I'm so happy. I'm really looking forward to KOB. I can't wait. As in, I just want it. I really hope that August is not going to be as long as July was.
But July was long.
July was
like
long.
It was 5 weeks.
I'm telling you,
like it didn't feel like 4 weeks.
So I'm looking forward to KOB, and then I had an amazing weekend, I must say. I actually wanted to spill some dates.
Some beans.
Yeah, because yeah. So Hobby and I had like some really, really amazing moments this weekend. Yeah, and I was going to tell you something just right before the show, but then I'll show you.
But you're going to tell me later. But I think it's very important for people, for couples to always find that way to bond because, you know, I was talking to a friend yesterday and she's just like, you know, when you're married, you guys just become, at some point, progress to be brother and sister. Yeah, so I think for you to still have those sparkling moments is fundamental. Yeah, but let's check out what the weather's looking like and then we'll have news and sports. Welcome to the news updates on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Tokwe Olowoniyo. Minister pleads with striking doctors as the resumed resident doctors' strike enters its second day. The Minister of State for Health, Olurumanibe Mamora, has appealed to the health workers to shelve their renewed strike. He urged the doctors to return to the negotiating table and dialogue in order to save the many lives that hang in the balance due to the current strike. Senator Mamora made the plea during the annual general meeting and scientific conference of the Nigerian Medical Association of the Federal Capital Territory. The Association of Resident Doctors embarked on an indefinite strike on Monday after shelving a previous strike for more than 3 months to allow for government's fulfillment of its promises on issues affecting the welfare of its members. This renewed strike comes amidst rising COVID-19 cases due to a third wave of the pandemic and also a cholera outbreak.
An opportunity for me to appeal to doctors who are currently on strike. My appeal is that they return to the negotiating table, so that whatever issues that are outstanding can be sorted out. That is my passionate appeal to all our colleagues. Even in the situation of war, the combatants, at the end of the day, they still come to the round table for.
In the same vein, Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has appealed to the striking resident doctors to return to work. Governor Obaseki made the call when he received the members of Edo State branch of the Nigerian Medical Association at the Government House, Benin City. The governor appealed to the resident doctors to quit strike, saying that it is not in the interest of citizens since the country is battling the third wave of the coronavirus, made worse by the highly transmissible Delta variant. He also called for collaboration with the NMA in the fight against the coronavirus, as well as their support in sensitizing the citizens on the importance of getting vaccinated.
It's just really unfortunate and sad that resident doctors are on strike. I mean, it's the worst time for this sort of thing to happen. Because we're approaching a possible catastrophe, a possible medical catastrophe. Because once you see what has happened in places like India, in Southern Africa, Botswana, and now what is going on in Senegal.
Moving on, the law firm of Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, has written to the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, requesting information on the charges brought against 400 persons arrested for allegedly sponsoring Boko Haram insurgents. The suspects were arrested in Kano, Borno, Abuja, Lagos, Sokoto, Adamawa, Kaduna, and Zamfara states in May during an operation coordinated by the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA. The Department of State Services, DSS, Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, NFIU, and the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, in an operation said to have been approved by President Muhammadu Buhari in 2020. Now, the Falana Chambers is asking Mr. Malami to provide the information of their prosecution within 7 days in accordance with the Act. The AGF had said criminal charges bordering on terrorism were already being prepared against the suspects while the investigation continues.
Yeah, welcome back. People apologize for that short break. That's what happens when you have passwords on all your apps. Anyways, moving on to the Daily Times this morning. Making the headlines, we have Green Dignity Kit Project, GDK, distribution in collaboration with Green Girl Company Limited. Okay, well, that's an advert. So let's move on to the other headlines. Bandits kill 6, burn 8 houses, others in southern Kaduna. And here we have Southwest lacks moral rights for presidency in 2023, says Ohaneze. And on Labour Minister expresses shock over NARD strike. Also here we have CBN releases guidelines for establishing payments service holding companies. And at the top of the paper here, PDP in crisis as 7 NWC members resign. And that's it on the cover of the Daily Times this morning. Next up, we have Daily Trust. Third wave, NYSC camps on red alert as 109 test positive for COVID-19. That's quite a shocker. Heavy rainfall. Kano residents lament as flood destroys property, and uncertainty as UAE lifts flights ban on Nigeria 5 months after. And on page 6 of the paper here, wife pours hot water on husband over forced marriage. And that's pretty side one. And finally here, fresh crisis hits PDP as 7 NWC members resign. And that's it on the Daily Trust this morning. And finally here we have on the cover of Blueprints, quickly, 7 national officers quit as PDP crisis deepens. And then that's and many more we have on the cover of the papers this morning. And that's it on the newspaper review. Next up, what's up and about? Stay with us.
Yeah. Welcome back, people.
So I got here just in time for breakfast.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Wow.
All right. Halima was, before we talk about Halima's juice, let's talk about the passwords.
Yes. Talking about passwords.
Yes.
Some people will lock their WhatsApp, lock their Twitter, lock Facebook, lock Instagram. What are you running away from in this life?
Okay, so
why are you shading?
So when you've misplaced phones, lost phones, when you know you're careless with your phone once in a while, you're going to do that. So banking apps, you need to have a password on that. If you don't have a password on that,
I don't have banking app, so I don't understand.
You don't have a banking app?
No, I don't.
I don't understand. You don't.
But I've said this before.
But you have to explain why.
Okay, circling back to the story.
No.
So Solomon Buchi shared on social media, he says, I will never understand partners hiding their phones from each other. You kiss someone, you use the same toothbrush, you have experiences, exchange bodily fluids, but your phone is private. LOL, my wife will know my ATM pin, the passwords of my devices and social accounts, and vice versa. You know, I never saw a problem with not having access to someone's phones, but your partner's phone. But when he said that you exchange bodily fluids, you use the same toothbrush. So how come is the one thing that is not...
That you guys don't share. Right?
Is what
you are not protecting.
It's like it was the first time I saw it as a very logical reason to allow your partner to have access.
I can't relate with.
My first question is he married first? The person commenting.
I think Solomon Buchi is.
Solomon
No, but really, I actually agree with him.
Really?
Yes, I
serious?
do. Yes, I do. My husband and I are very open with our phones, and we have each other's password.
Makes life easier.
Yeah. So even all his ATM cards, I have, there are even times where, he gives me his card to do a few transactions, and I'm like, sorry, can you remember? And he's like,
how can you remember?
How can
but
you
I feel
remember?
it's important because if there's an emergency and you need to pay a bill, you not say, wake him up or wake him up. We don't know his password.
Wait. There's a reason why cell phone companies added emergency contact details as an app, as a function.
So your
even if your phone
ATM
is
card
locked,
has emergency contact.
your health details, blood group, emergency address, emergency phone numbers are all
your
there.
ATM card.
No, my ATM card, he has my PIN for my ATM cards. That one, I actually will share money quicker with you than share phone. Why? Because it's just a window you do not want to... So I don't want to be tempted to ask questions I do not want answers to. We're in an industry where...
Please, I want answers.
No! Sometimes there's some questions you just don't want to
answers,
ask.
please. I want answers. Let's understand our relationship. If we are going into an open relationship, let's understand what it is. I'm really not in that space where people say, don't ask. I will ask, because I want to know. I want to know if we are both still on this same ship together.
But why were you
not.
Doubtful in the first place?
I'm not being doubtful. Going to your phone does not mean I'm being doubtful.
Why are you worried that you would see something?
Exactly.
No,
I'm not being...
Okay, so it's more of a respect thing. It's more of respecting
but you don't respect
privacy.
them to use their toothbrush.
No, I don't. Well, come on.
Or exchange bodily fluids.
It's not my bodily fluids. Leave my fluids alone.
Honestly, respecting each other physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually.
It's different from technologically.
Yes. if he wants to pray, he goes to a private corner to pray. It's not by force he prays with me. I'm just saying he was an individual before he met me.
But they say the Bible says the two shall become
one. Really. They say man lives to cleave.
You know, growing up, our Reverend Father used to do, when I used to do those little bride, they would carry a bottle of a dark soda drink and a orange soda drink. And they'll say, so this is the man, and this is the woman, and this is the cup. Now that you're getting married, and the Reverend Father will start pouring, this is you, the man.
Wow.
And this is you, the woman. Now, remove your own. You know what this means? It means that two of you have become one.
Really? Yeah, but then again, it does. So I hear what it is saying, and I really understand, you know, her angle to it. Yeah. But I feel like if you understand your partner, I think first of all, it comes from a place of understanding. If you understand each other well, and you know very much that, okay, that's his space. I wouldn't want to encroach on it. So it really, it's not because you're waiting to find something.
Yes.
Do you understand? But because you know what is his space. Like my husband and I have never, you know, really had those issues. When it comes to it, he takes my phone, I take his phone, and if
so
I
this is
find
not
something
to say that
there,
I
I will
cannot.
ask.
Yeah.
But just so, and it's not to say that I don't actually have the codes to his phone. It's just to say that if I want to use his phone, I will request for the codes, even if I know it, just to give him that semblance of privacy.
Girl, please, I ain't
really,
for any
because I realized with other relationships that there are just some things some guys want to just keep to themselves. You can't be everything to your partner.
So
you
we're
can
not talking
be a lot
about
of things, but not everything.
So in this context, I don't think he was actually referring to relationships. He was talking in the case of marriage.
Yeah.
So if you are in that bond with your partner, which of course is for life.
For life till you die.
I mean, it's only given that.
My ATM card is freer than my phone. I won't lie. You can take all my money.
But you can't have access to your phone.
I love this. Oh my days.
Anyways, it's been an interesting conversation here. I don't know what your thoughts are. If you have any thoughts on what we've discussed this morning, does your partner have access to your phone? And if they do, tell us why on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect.
Would you give
waiting to hear
access to your phone or your ATM card?
Hey, let's go.
Shit.
Hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Let us know.
Now I feel like I have misplaced priorities.
Welcome back, people. You're on to Wake Up Nigeria. And with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Blossom.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well.
All right, so this morning we are going local. Yes, we are making, she's teaching us how to make ayamase stew. Okay, if you're wondering what...
Stew, the rice.
Oh, ayamase rice.
Yes.
I thought you meant the rice separately and then the ayamase stew.
No, this is ayamase rice.
Okay, they call it ayamase.
Ayamase.
She.
Say.
She.
Say.
All right. You call it say, I'll call it she. Anyways, let's talk about the ingredients for our meal this morning.
Okay, most persons are not used to the ayamase rice, so it's a new twist. So
Okay.
The ayamase. So we're working with just the normal ingredients you use for the stew.
All right.
So in here we have our green peppers and scotch bonnet, the green ones. Then we have our onions. We're going to blend in this together.
Okay.
So we have our rice, our eggs. We're going to boil them. Then we have our bleached palm oil.
It has to be bleached.
Yes, it must be bleached, well bleached. Then we have our stock water from the beef. Then we have our crayfish, salt,
Seasoning
cubes, ginger, garlic, then iru, popularly known as locust beans, then our plantain to go on the side. Then in here we have seasoned cooked...
Is that chicken or turkey?
Beef.
Okay, beef.
Beef, yes.
All right, so ayamase rice. That's quite an interesting recipe. How did you come about that? And how is it being made?
It's a one-pot dish, just like you're making your normal
Jollof rice. Oh,
local concoction jollof. But
okay.
The only difference is you're going to make the stew in the ayamase, like the way you make your ayamase.
Okay, and then you just toss in the rice. Oh.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about that plantain over there.
There is no ayamase without plantain on the side.
No. I'm actually not looking at... I see, you know, the role the plantain is going to play in this meal, but then... It is the affordability. I can imagine how much you bought that plantain. How much did you get it for?
It was actually more than this, though, for 1,000 naira.
How many sticks?
5 pieces. Yes, for 1,000.
Wow. All right, with me this morning is Chef Blossom in the kitchen, and this morning we are making ayamashi rice, yes. And right here are the ingredients for our ayamashi, which we're going to begin in a bit. You said something about roasting the green pepper and the pepper. Why are you roasting it?
I'm going to get it washed first.
Okay.
Take out the seed in it, then dice open, and then roast it
in a pan, right?
Yes, in a pan.
For how long?
For 5 minutes.
Okay, so we're going to roast and then...
extra flavor too.
All right. Okay, great, fantastic. And talking about food, nutrition, we have it right there on the couch. Next up.
Thank you very much, Now we kick things off with health and natural ways to treat most of the things that ail us. Now we have with us Chioma Okonkwo, a nurse, a neuropathic doctor, and a fruit therapist who has joined us to discuss the role of fruit therapy in women's sexual needs. Good morning, Chioma.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
I mean, it's really good that we talk about the role that fruits play in, beyond sexual needs, in general health cases, because most times we're very quick to go popping pills, not even knowing that with just basic fruits you could help yourself recover from whatever it is. But let's talk about women's sexual needs.
Okay.
Tell me about the fruit therapy. I want to learn this.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about how I started making it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had an issue with libido.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and you know, most times in Nigeria or Africa, we feel women are not supposed to have, you know, they are not supposed to have sexual need. Because I'm married, and sometimes they feel, you're married, you're from a Christian home, you're not supposed to have that urge for sex. So I actually started researching, and I found out that stress may actually contribute to you not getting wet, or when you're having sex, you're not just in the mood, you understand? So I got to know about a particular fruit, you know, after because I did some courses in women's health. So I got to know about some particular fruits that could help women increase their libido, increase vaginal wetness. And I tried it. And the first 2 days was amazing. And then I started asking some other women, how far is the sexual need? Do you have high libido? Do you normally have pain? Okay. So do you normally have pain while having sexual intercourse? And they'll be like, oh, yeah. So I started making libido syrup for women, and it's been amazing to an extent that, you know, most of these women also complain that it's affecting their marriages. And sometimes they go for some pills, which might now cause adverse effects, like maybe fibroid or hormonal imbalance. Okay, so that was what led me to production of libido syrup made strictly from fruits. Wow. And women have been having, I've helped over 200 women, and I'm still helping more. You get, so I feel this is something we don't actually discuss more, and this is a need. So I feel women have to know that there are fruits for everything, but this particular one works like magic. So I felt I should say, I should come and discuss about it today.
Now, for the benefits of women at home watching, now how affordable is this this syrup? Because not everything is affordable to everybody. So how affordable is this for the general public?
Okay, it depends. There are people who sell it very expensive. But what I try to do is I just tell them about the fruits so they can go to the market. They sell a seed. Some people sell a seed for 50 naira. Some sell a seed for 100. Some sell a seed for 200. Some also make the syrup. Some sell for 10,000 for a liter. Some sell 25,000. Another person sells 250,000. So it depends on their pocket. But what I try to do is I just try to educate them on the fruit. So even if you cannot buy from someone who makes it, you can easily go and get it from the market and then maybe consult a fruit therapist like myself or my colleague, and then you learn how to make it, and you're good to go. It's just like apple. I tell most women, you buy it, put it in the fridge, take it, soak it in water, and just chew. And you're good to go.
So beyond sexual needs, let's talk about fruits used as a general way to cure ailments. Like I was telling you how I had a flu yesterday, and you know, the go-to is to go take Actifed or Cocoa, stuff like that. But now, what fruits would you say, okay, for this basic basic flu, what fruits would you say, oh, just take this, this, and this, and you're good?
Okay, so thanks for that question because, you know, this season, everybody's coming down with flu, catarrh, and everything. So, you know, before we started this, you were telling me about how you took pineapple, and I was telling you that pineapple actually contains bromelain, which is still used in making your cough syrup. So if you have flu, all you just need is you can get pineapple and ginger with lemon, or you can get your thyme you use in cooking.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can just boil your thyme with ginger and honey, and you're good to go. Even your curry, you can use your curry, you boil it with ginger. Just make sure that whatever you're doing, you add ginger. And if you have ulcer, you can just go for just thyme, honey, because lemon can actually affect people with ulcer. And pineapple to have this high acid, you understand? So if you have ulcer, you can just go for just thyme or curry. Then you add a little bit of garlic. Because garlic don't really affect people with ulcer, but ginger can.
But now, how far does fruit therapy go? Like, is it just for common there's really nothing like common ailments, but can you use fruit therapy to cure cancer? Can you use it to cure diabetes? How far does fruit therapy go?
You can use fruit therapy to cure anything. Like, I shared a story 9 years ago when I started in UCH Ibadan, where I trained as a nurse. And I met a woman with ovarian cancer stage 4, and the doctors gave her 2 weeks to live. And fortunately, she was my case study project, so I had to go and start researching about alternatives to cancer. So I just told the lady, see, let's just try this thing. You know, you don't have anything to lose. After all, it's 2 weeks they gave your mom. And we started with carrot juices. I didn't even know much about fruit then, but I know that fruit should have something. If somebody is sick, they normally bring fruit to the hospital. So fruit should have more. So we started juicing 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. So other people too, most people have cured themselves of cancer using fruit. Like my mentor, late Dr. Sebi, he talked about using fruit therapy and alkaline diet. And you can get alkaline diet from your fruits and vegetables. But then where I try to advise people is when it comes to the combination, so that fruit can also harm you if you don't take it rightly. So that's why we have professionals. So there are some combinations you have to combine to actually help deal with some particular illness. For example, diabetes. If someone has diabetes, you cannot be giving the person pineapple, watermelon. It's going to spike the sugar levels. But there are fruits that can help for diabetes. So that's where a fruit therapy comes in. So things like cucumbers, garden egg. There's something they call in Yoruba abere seed. You combine it together. It can help you to regulate your sugar level. So fruits can actually go beyond more than we can imagine. From the leaves to the seed, to the tree, to every part of the leaf. Even apple seed that people say is actually very is toxic actually. But there are people who still use it for some medicinal purposes. So it depends on the dosage you get. So fruits are.
So circling back to sexual needs. Now, what fruits would you say every woman out there who is married or who has sexual needs help should have in her fridge? What's that go-to fruit?
Yeah, they call it the miracle fruits.
Like that's the name.
That's the name.
The actual name of the fruit.
They call it the miracle fruits. If you check your Google now, you will see the miracle fruits. But then they also call it azanza. Then people know it generally as gorontula.
Oh, right.
But what I tell people, that's actually the one of the best fruit for libido. But then when you combine it with other things, you can actually have the right, should I say, you can actually have more effect when you combine it with other stuffs. Like what I do tell women also, because that fruit helps in fertility. So what I tell women is, it depends on what you're using it for. If you're using it for just libido to get wet, to be in the mood, gorontula is good to go. You can just combine it with tiger nut milk and coconut milk, and then you're good to go.
Thank you so much, Choma. I am sure ladies watching, even husbands watching, have learned more than a thing or two to help their wives improve their sexual life. There's still so much more on Wake Up Nigeria. We're going on a quick break. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. And yes, with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Blossom.
Hi. Hiya.
I always like that when I sing your name, you burst into a smile. It makes my heart lift.
Thank you.
Anyways, this morning she's teaching us how to make ayamashi rice. I know. That's it. One of the interesting things of our chefs here on the show. On your screen right there are the ingredients. We're making use of rice. You want to run through it?
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, we're making use of rice, eggs. We'll have our eggs boiled, right? Then we'll have, okay, this is for...
Wrapping.
No, we're not wrapping.
Okay. Put the rice,
serving,
okay, for
yes.
serving, okay.
And we have our...
crayfish.
Blended already. We have our bouillon cubes. We have our salt to taste. We have our eru, popularly known as locust beans. We have our cooked beef already and a bit of assorted meat, cow meat.
Okay.
Then we have our bleached oil, palm oil.
Okay.
And stock, beef stock water.
All right. Now let's talk about the star ingredients for this meal over there.
Yeah, the star ingredients are the green peppers. So you might want to ask why they're in the pots.
Okay.
I like to roast for, let's say, 5 minutes. It gives some kind of flavor to your ayamase sauce.
Okay. So please open it so that what's ingredients in there?
We have scotch bonnet, green scotch bonnet.
Okay.
We have onions, some of garlic and ginger, and then garlic. Then green
bell peppers.
Yes.
Great. And is there any process for roasting? You need to keep continuously stirring it? What do you need to do to keep it, roasted? I mean, what's the process? Explain to us.
Okay, like you don't roast with anything, just the pepper.
Okay.
You don't add water, just the pepper. Then you just cover the pot.
Okay.
Allow it to roast for 5 minutes. You don't need to toss it.
You don't need to toss it. You don't need to stir it. You don't need to touch it.
Yes.
Just leave it. Okay, fantastic. Now let's talk about the process for the rice, because I don't think we would, follow through the process. But I'd like you to explain it to us. What are we doing with the rice? Are we parboiling the rice? Are we just explain the process to us?
Okay, we are not parboiling.
Okay.
I'm boiling water.
Okay.
So I'll just soak the rice for 5 to 10 minutes.
In the hot water?
Yes.
Okay, and then afterwards?
Then afterwards, I wash with salt.
Okay.
Then drain out the water.
All right.
And then it goes into the...
Now, let's move on to our green bell peppers and ginger, garlic, and onions over there. I'm sure once we're done roasting, we're going to blend them.
Yes.
And then after blending, what's next?
After blending, you will pour in the bleached palm oil into the pot.
Okay.
Then we heat for about a bit because it has settled, as you can see. So we'll heat again.
Okay.
Then we'll pour in our locust beans to allow to fry.
Yeah.
For like 5 minutes. Then pour in the blended green peppers.
Okay.
Yes.
And then fry it up.
Then fry it up
until it is.
It is properly fried, and it has the oil settled on it.
Okay. Until you have the palm oil, floating
on it.
Okay, fantastic. And then we toss in our rice.
Right.
All right, guys. If you're just joining us this morning with me, is Chef Blossom. And just in case you're wondering, do I really have to use eru in my rice? Because not everybody likes it, right? But there's a certain kind of flavor that it gives to your meal. I mean, and then it also has amazing health benefits, guys. Let's not forget that most of all, it is an antioxidant. And these times, you need anything to boost your immune system. So yeah, go for it. But if you can't, you have your ginger and garlic, right?
Yes, and you could suffice with lots of crayfish.
Crayfish. Ooh, yes. I love crayfish. Crayfish in your rice, in anything that you make with it. You don't even need to use seasoning cubes at all. As if you have the right proportion of crayfish and onions,
you're good to go.
You are good to go. Your meal will be ready to eat. All right, so I see that our roasted green pepper and all the here is coming together.
Yes.
We don't need to stir, right? Okay.
You don't need to
so
stir.
I see what you're saying here. All of this moist needs to dry up, right?
Yes.
I can already perceive the aroma coming from me. It smells really nice. Okay, so remember that when doing this, you have to make sure that the lid is covered.
Properly covered. Because it needs as much heat as
possible. All right, so you need to retain all that heat in there. All right, great stuff.
We're going to stir fry our beef. Yes.
In the blended,
oil.
In the blended.
No. In the palm oil. We're going to fry.
Okay, before we toss in our blended bell peppers and all of that. All right, fantastic stuff happening here on the show. Super excited about this morning's breakfast. Are you? All right, next up, we have some interesting conversation happening next on the couch.
Yeah, we do. And it's so interesting that we have someone like this on the couch with us today because of the name of the dish you're preparing, ayamase, right? I actually wonder the actual intonation of that word, ayamashe, and we'll probably find out later. We're joined by talking drum artist and documentary filmmaker, Oje Makinde Olusoji, a.k.a. Ayiki. Did I get it right? Oh, beautiful. So that's Domimi. Got it. He has recorded a series of gospel songs with a bias to African drums, and he's here to talk about this age-old craft and the fact that he's become a social media sensation by teaching it online. Yes, you can learn almost anything online right now, and he's been training people online. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's great to have you back.
Same here.
The last time you came on the show, Yomi was still around then, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yeah, been a while.
And since then, so much has happened.
A lot. A lot has happened to the world, and it has to happen to us too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I believe you started training people in talking drum during the COVID lockdown?
So even myself, I realized, I wasn't going for any show. I couldn't go to anything. So I was just indoor doing nothing. Then it became very boring. And I thought to myself, okay, what happens to those that doesn't even have my kind of very restless guy, now staying indoor? So I just thought to myself, okay, what can I do to actually help other people who are indoor doing nothing? So I just thought, why not?
Okay.
So I picked my drum and I recorded the thing inside my house, and I started, publishing it on YouTube. And the reaction has been very, very amazing.
Yeah.
People were saying, wow, you kept me busy and stuff like so. And that actually encouraged me to actually do more. So I picked it up.
I find it amazing. So I need you to pick up the talking drum now. What's her name, by the way?
What's
her name? What's her name?
You call it Adamo, but Gongon popularly known.
Gongon.
Yeah, but the real name is Adamo. Yeah.
All right, so I know there are probably many different types of talking drum.
Yeah.
But then I never really I don't know how to piece together in my mind the do-re-mi aspect of the talking drum. Can you teach me?
It's very easy, actually.
Okay.
Anybody can do that.
All right.
Now, when you raise your hammer
and
you hit the drum, it gives you the first note.
That's what?
Do.
Do.
That's do. And if you put your ham without pressure or anything, just put your ham, it gives you re.
Okay.
And just a little pressure.
Oh, where did you put the pressure, though? Was it
on the string?
On the strings.
Yeah.
Okay, so do is no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
And then?
You just put your hand without pressing it.
Re.
Just a little bit of pressure.
Mi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to try that?
No, not yet. There's still a lot more. I'm actually nervous. You giving me that drum. But you've mastered it in such a way that you can teach it, which is rare. Some people know how to play, but they don't know how to teach. And I have a feeling a lot of people have been able to learn something. Is there something you could teach us quickly on air? Maybe a one-liner from a gospel song, maybe? What do you think?
Different things. Okay, let me just sing a song.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah, sure. Okay. This is the day that the Lord, All right.
So that means that the drum can actually do the musical note, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, not just do, re, mi.
Yeah.
So for it to sing a song, it means that it can actually do the entire notes,
And it's all just dependent on the pressure on the strings of the drum.
Yes.
What other factors are involved here?
Okay. So everything is made of animal skin and wood. And, So the frame is wood, and the stick. Aside that, nothing else. Every other thing is skin. This is the skin of goats. This is skin of cow. And this skin.
All right.
So skin, and wood. That's all the thing that
So it's put together in this way, but obviously there is a technique that goes with it, and I know people will probably enjoy watching some of your videos online. I'm going to be checking them out myself. Let's talk a bit more about your documentary work as well. When did that start?
Oh, okay. It started 2009 precisely. Yeah, I was everything I do is a journey. I mean, so I thought about how can I do this better? Taking what I thought inside of me to the world. So I thought of going into media. I fell in love with documentary filmmaking. So from there, I was doing recording different things, how to make O's, how to make, so it became very, I became very attracted to it.
During this process, you must have met quite a few very interesting people who had an impact on your work. Let's talk a bit about them.
Okay, I was in 2006. I was watching some videos and I saw a man who played, his name is Alajede. He played talking drum to sing a song. Okay. And I was like, this is what I'm looking for. I've been playing since I was 3 years, but not talking drum, but different kind of drum. So when I became above 20 and I was looking for something else to do with the drumming, I didn't want to play what every other person is playing. So, and I saw that man. I was like, whoa, this is what I'm looking for. So I was like, okay, I paid more attention to it. And I got my drum, I was doing it. Nobody taught me. So I was just developing all this. So that actually influenced my training and my knowledge. So it became very easy for me. And that was actually what made me know how to teach people, because nobody taught me. So my discovery is what I'm actually putting out for people.
Amazing. Now, it said you've also recorded a series of gospel songs with a band? Or,
yes.
With a band. Yeah. Let's talk a bit about your band.
So my band, what we do majorly, is drum biased. We are 8 in numbers, and all of us are drummers. So we play different kind of drums, and we sing with drum, we chant, we do gospel things, Then we put up yearly concerts where we exhibit local drums. We do different things. Then when we started that concert, I realized that there are many people who have craft different from mine, yet with still the same drum, but the craft is quite enormous, plenty. So I feel, okay, this is a good platform to actually bring people together. I realized that no two people can do the one thing, the same way. It's not possible. That would be different approach and stuff like that. So I like to actually see other people do more with the thing I thought I know a lot about. So that's just one beautiful thing about talent. So our approach is quality.
I have to say thank you for everything you do, Aiki, right?
Yes.
I got it. I have to say thank you, and I actually feel like I know a lot more about the talking drum now. I'm going to be looking out for the documentary and, of course, your training on YouTube. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks so much for coming back to talk to us. We are still right here with you on Wake Up Nigeria. How's the cooking going? Okay, we'll find out what it's like in the kitchen after this quick break.
Well, that's the first lap concluded, and as it is the top of a brand new hour, that's our cue to get started on the second leg of the show. By now, you know that the only thing ever of the essence on this show is time. So much to get done in so little time. And of course, you know how it is when the ladies are alone together on this show. We do things the female way, which is a lot of fanfare and drama, but positive drama over here, because we send out nothing but positivity on Wake Up Nigeria. It's another edition of the Wonder Woman Wednesday, and that's the day the ladies take center stage and dazzle you with some awesomeness. Now take it all in. Take it all in, please. We are here for your viewing pleasure, and we're about to serve you some fresh out of the oven segments to you live from TVC right here in Lagos. My name is Tokwe Olowoniyo. Now, I have my Ego Yibon fire breather. I have the dynamite. I have Chef Blossom in the kitchen cooking up a storm. What's going on?
We're taking all of this in.
Ooh.
Like literally.
Hot and fresh, like agege bread.
Wow.
Yes. Well, this is way better than agege bread.
All right, then. Now, my name is Tokwe Olowoniyo. Remember, you can stream this show live if you have to be on the move at tvcentertainment.tv, and on Facebook. Yes, you can watch us on Facebook. Go to your search column, type TVC Connect, and we will be right there. Now, we want to share your comments. We want to know what you think about all we discussed and what's up and about. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC on all our socials. That's TVC Connect on Twitter, on Facebook, and Instagram. And guess what? If you want to watch your favorite segments and you feel like, oh, it's past episodes, you don't know how to catch up, we're on YouTube. Just go to TVC Connect, TVC Entertainment, search for Wake Up Nigeria. All episodes, all segments are there for your viewing pleasure. Now, and on relationship, we have Toju Oluwatoyinbo joining us to talk about how to manage misogyny in a spouse. finally, we are going to be joined by Elizabeth Odufa, popularly known as Easy, top 3 finalist on the just concluded The Voice Nigeria, and she will be here to tell us all about her experience on the show and what she's moving on to now.
You're going to love me.
He doesn't want
No, you love me by force. By force.
By fire, by force. We pray the love into existence.
Oh my Lord.
You speak it into the atmosphere.
Oh no.
And she belts out her words. She belts out with a lot of energy from deep in her belly, and it's just one of those songs you don't sing by mistake. You have to really get it from
you have to
somewhere
start
deep.
by having the voice, really.
Funny enough, anyone has a voice if you train. It's like an instrument. You just have to tune it with the right amount of emotion. Anyway, so I say this because...
As far as my own voice is concerned, motherhood has tuned it.
But you know,
but it's music to your children's ears.
And they would love it.
Amen.
But I want to talk about what Halima shared with us on the group about the model that wanted to share something and hoped it was not going to trend.
Okay.
About calling out the photographer who she felt was harassing her during a shoot. Okay. And the photographer responded, and he was like, I want you to post this, because she said she had video evidence. And he said, oh, you might want to post this video evidence because I've called my lawyers. And, you know, we're all waiting for the video evidence.
Okay, so there are people calling out Nara. Her name is Nara Ozem.
Yeah.
There are people actually calling her out because she's known to be a cloud chaser.
Oh.
Okay. Yes. She's known to be a certified cloud chaser on Twitter. Okay. Yes. She's also a makeup artist. She's not even actually a professional model. She's actually a makeup artist. That is her art. Do you understand? Yeah. So it's quite serious allegations, and from the videos, from the video evidence posted, there was nothing of that sort. You know, there was no inappropriate touching and all of that.
And on the set, you have more than.
Okay, so but I'm gonna.
And I don't understand. Why do you wait if it touched you inappropriately? Why do you wait till you get to Twitter to tell the whole world that it touched you when you could have just reprimanded him there and then?
So who's to say that she didn't actually do it there? We will never know. We will never know if she did. We'll probably never know the entire story. I will always advocate for the woman.
What the weather is looking like.
Because it's getting hot in this studio.
Please. I'm always on the woman's side. Thanks for staying with us. It's time for another news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And we start with this story. As the resumed resident doctor strike enters its second day, the Minister of State for Health, Olorunimbe Mamora, has appealed to the health workers to shelve their renewed strike. He urged the doctors to return to the negotiating table and dialogue in order to save many lives that hang in the balance due to the current strike. Senator Mamora made the plea during the annual general meeting and scientific conference of the Nigerian Medical Association of the Federal Capital Territory. The Association of Resident Doctors embarked on the indefinite strike on Monday after shelving a previous strike for more than 3 months to allow the government's fulfillment of its promise on issues affecting the welfare of its members. This renewed strike comes amidst rising COVID-19 cases due to a third wave of the pandemic and also a cholera outbreak. In the same vein, Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has appealed to the striking resident doctors to return to work. Governor Obaseki made the call when he received the members of Edo State branch of the Nigerian Medical Association at the Government House, Benin City. The governor appealed to the resident doctors to quit strike, saying that it's not in the interest of citizens since the country is battling with the third wave of the coronavirus, made worse by the highly transmissible Delta variant. He also called for collaboration with the NMA in the fight against the coronavirus, as well as their support in sensitizing the citizens on the importance of getting vaccinated. The law firm of Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, has written to the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, requesting information on the charges brought against 400 persons arrested for allegedly sponsoring Boko Haram insurgents. The suspects were arrested in Kano, Borno, Abuja, Lagos, Sokoto, Adamawa, Kaduna and Zamfara states in May during an operation coordinated by the Defense Intelligence Agency. the Department of State Services, Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, and the Central Bank of Nigeria, in an operation said to have been approved by President Muhammadu Buhari in 2020. Now, the Falana Chambers is asking Mr. Malami to provide the information of their prosecution within 7 days in accordance with the Act. The AGF has said criminal charges bordering on terrorism were already being prepared against the suspects while the investigation continues. And that's all we have time for on the news at this point. It's time for sports. Tope, it's all yours. Thank you so much for that performance. Lovely dress there, too. All right, it's time for us to move on to our relationship topic for today. And, of course, our relationship guest is, she almost needs no introduction. She's been a part of the family for a bit. We have Toju Oluwatoyinbo. Now, she's joining us to talk about managing misogyny, especially in a spouse. She's a vlogger, she's a speaker, relationship mentor, and, of course, the preacher's wife. We always appreciate you coming.
Thanks for having me.
A delicate topic, but one that has to be discussed. Okay, so for those that don't understand what misogyny is, let's break it down.
Okay, so I think the best definition I like about misogyny is that it's the law enforcement branch of sexism. It's what makes sexism manifest in society, in relationships, in marriage. So there are different things people say or men say, do, that make sexism become real and tangible in the lives of women. Yeah.
So over the years, words like misogyny have sort of been pushed to the back and replaced with chauvinism and sexism, as you said just now. Basically implying, you know, when men do not like women or what they say or what they do. And it happens that many relationships are built from this kind of foundation. But how do you recognize the signs?
Right, whatever name you call it, it kind of still boils down to the same thing. And sometimes men do not have an issue with a woman until she's seen to like challenge his dominance or his stance or what society says a man is supposed to be doing or who he's supposed to be. But there are many telltale signs. So it's either things like name calling, slut calling, body shaming, mansplaining. So they're trying to explain something to you like you don't know about any topic or you're not intelligent enough. Or they're trying to explain it from a man's point of view, kind of thing. Even things like expecting sex by default when you're in a relationship because, hey, you're supposed to know you're supposed to satisfy a man by sex in a relationship. So if you're not having sex with me, what are you really here for? So things like that. Even things like the words used in our music videos. Slut, hoe, X, Y, Z, and all those words. It's a subconscious programming, and these are telltale signs. If he wants to have his way all the time and expects that because I'm the man, you should serve me. And some of these things are really, let me just leave it at that for now. It shouldn't be,
So I'm going to go back to that word, serve. Service, servicing, catering to a certain partner's needs. I'm wondering about the good book now. And the fact that there are some scriptures and not just in the good book, in many religions where the woman is supposed to be subjugated. Is that the word I'm looking for?
That's not the word. That's not what I think you're looking for.
Submissive to their partner. So how do we sort of explain or break down the difference between being submissive and
being dominated over, and So for me, I believe that there is really no way for me to fully explain this without referring to the things you've just said. I really believe, and I know I'll be dragged for this, but it's okay, just explain to me lightly. I really believe that a man was created first for a purpose. To lead, to protect, to guide. Somewhere along the line through agriculture, war, men working first or voting first, somewhere down the line, the mindset of a man changed. I believe that God created a man first so that he can lead the woman, to guide her. You generally have a stronger physique to protect us. But now it's being swapped around to become oppression. That's not what those things are there for. A woman generally, average, normally, as long as she's loved, she's protected, she's led, she's guided, she will want to serve you by default, out of that love and respect for you. You don't even need to coerce us or shout at us, right? But when this being the head has now become oppressive, then the woman feels the need subconsciously or consciously to revolt, to talk back, to shout back, to drag, to make the bacon as well and all of that. So that's what I think it is.
I want to think back to how the women are raised and their fathers. And the fact that in the end, you know, women are said to go after partners that resemble the first male figure in their home, which is usually their father. Now, how is it that we can raise our daughters to understand you know, not to fall into this bracket later on?
You see, we usually say that children are graduates of the school of their parents. So it's very important what you show them. So like I said, an abused mind will always reproduce abuse, either them being the abused or joining themselves to someone who will abuse them, consciously or subconsciously. So I think it's very important that we start educating our male and female children early. These are things you do not do, even if daddy is doing it. Because sometimes some mothers have been so hurt and battered that they're just quiet. He's your father, just obey. But we must begin to find our voices and be strong so that we don't replicate such things. So start telling them early. Don't allow a man touch you like this. When a man is whistle calling you, it's not a very nice thing, right? When a man is calling you certain names, when a man is expecting this and that from you, when at school you're being bullied, it's not normal. Don't accept it because he's a man. When a man asks you without saying please and thank you to get something from him, for him, it's not normal. So you need to start educating them early enough and also teach the men how to treat women.
Okay, so I wanted to touch a little bit on the men now. Do you have some advice for the men who may not have realized it, but they have been a little misogynistic in their homes, in their religion? Maybe not even a little, maybe a lot. What are the things the men themselves need to look out for when dealing with their women?
You know, sometimes it's difficult to see yourself because it's a blind spot, like you've said, so you might not even know. So these are the times I suggest third parties. When I say third parties, I don't even necessarily mean people. So the woman asking him to watch something like this, not in a come and learn, come and hear word kind of way, but bringing it up. If it's listening to a message, if it's connecting with the mentors, other men in the society she feels you know, expressing better behavior in this regard, she can connect him with them in one way or the other. And pray, because what he might not hear with your mouth, he might hear with his spirit.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Toji, for coming to break this down. A lot of people probably didn't know they were falling into that kind of relationship, and hopefully you've got the key signs there to look out for. Just use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and connect with us and ask your questions. We'll do our best to answer them. We're going to be taking a quick break now, but we will be back after this.
Yes, the writing is on the wall as we have our final guest, Easy, also known as Elizabeth Odufa. Now, she was a top 3 finalist at the just concluded The Voice Nigeria. Now, she's joined us to share her experience and what we should expect from her going forward. Morning! This is legit a starstruck moment for me. I mean, okay, I was starstruck earlier, but I'm so happy to meet you. So nice. You are a bundle of talents. I'm so happy to see that. You know, when you watch shows like this, international aired shows, you see people with fabulous voices and you're wondering, people they sing, and then we come back home to Nigeria and see people like you performing. I mean, winning the show or not, you are definitely a winner, I must say. But let's talk about you, Izzy. What was your journey leading to The Voice Nigeria?
Before the show, I worked with a band, Cool Eyes Band.
Okay.
Yeah, here in Lagos.
Lagos, okay.
Yeah, and it was like a learning process for me because it's an amazing band.
Okay.
It became like my family.
Okay.
And it was just the band and my personal life. And also I owned a perfume store.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because I'm a fan of perfume.
Perfumes, okay. So who talked you into going for The Voice? What was that moment that you knew, I'm going for The Voice?
I think I've always wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So fun fact is I was actually in the maiden season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't go far.
Okay.
They sent me home.
Sent you home.
Yes, so I've always wanted to come back, and I just had to, like, when I heard it was back on again, and I could audition, I just tried, and I was so surprised I was picked again.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me talk to us about your selection of your coach. Did you always know who you wanted to coach you, or it was on the spur of the moment?
Funny thing is, I feel like God just pushed me to my coach.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Because before the whole show, like before I auditioned for the show, I was thinking maybe I would go with Yemi Alade.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when I got there, it was Waje and Fowles that turned. And
yeah.
It was just a moment of like shock for me. And I had to just go with my gut at the moment, and it was Waje. And I keep saying that was like the best decision I made.
Why would you say it was the best decision?
She's more than a coach.
Tell me about that.
Waje is more than a coach. She was like a mom to all of us.
Okay.
And a coach as well. So, you know, the show wasn't about just singing. We had lots of stuff that could affect our singing. And people don't see that part.
Okay.
So when your head is telling you can't do it, she's always there to like push you. And she knows what is in your head at that point in time. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. She's like a mom. She understands every bit of emotion going through your head.
Fabulous. So I want to talk about during the battles. There was this time you had I don't know if it was a sore throat, but I know it was like a downtime for you. How was it like for you? Because the battles is literally you against someone. So how was it like for you putting your best and knowing that your voice wasn't in its best frame?
Literally, my voice was never, like all through the show, my voice was never in its best.
Like even all what we saw.
Yes. Actually,
I want to see the best.
Like my voice was even worse in the "And I'm Telling You" song. Yeah. So, but in the battles, I struggled with both fear and my voice at the same time because I wanted to prove that I was worth the save.
Yeah.
Because if you noticed, I had an issue with my knockout performance, and I was saved.
You were saved. Yeah.
So it was a thing of I need to do well, and then I'm not vocally fit to do well at the same time. So it was really crazy. But yes, I don't know how I pulled through. Maybe because I really wanted to prove myself.
Yeah.
Yes, so
maybe it was really just your time, and it's your season. Yes. Yeah, that can be it could be that as well. I want to talk about the social media trolling. Now, how did you manage to keep your cool and perform and still come back to see what people were saying on social media?
It was awful.
Tell me about that.
The hate. Like, I thought maybe hate usually comes from reality TV shows like Big Brother and the rest. I didn't know like people could actually hate you for being on a musical show. I got like, every performance I had people insulting me. On Twitter, on my YouTube page, like, I don't even know how I manage. Sometimes I just sit and I break down. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this one is too strong now. Because the insults are huge. I
can imagine.
To just throw one strong word to you and be like, did I do anything to this person before?
Yeah.
But I think friends and family helped me like pull through that. I just said, you know what, focus on the good comments you're seeing and forget about that one. Yeah. So I just did that.
I mean, and then I want to talk about, so after the show, we saw the vote counts. And surprisingly, at the semifinals, if the semifinals was the finals, you would have won. How did that make you feel, seeing the drastic move from the semifinals to the finals?
So first of all,
yes,
I would like to say thank you to everybody who voted. Like my people from Jos, my hometown, like my town where I grew up, my Edo State people, my hometown, my friends.
Even we that you guys, not from your town, but we like you.
Thank you all so much. I'm sure you saw my reaction when they called my name. Like, yes. I never even expected.
Oh, wow.
And the funny thing is, the semi-finals, I was, my teammate is actually still insulting me till now. Because he was like, are you mad? Why were you not forming for us like you were scared? I was literally scared.
Yeah.
I thought amongst all these people, I'm definitely the one going home.
Wow.
Because I didn't have that much of like the social media presence.
I get you.
So in my head is, look at people I'm up with. God, so I'm going home like this. And then I saw the result. I'm like,
you led. Yeah.
Please, even that voted for me, forgive me. I'm sorry.
So before we watch a video of yours, I want to know. So now you're out of the house. I said the house. You're out of the show. Moving forward, what's your plan? What do you want to do?
Music. So music is like me, and I am music. I love music. So I'm working on putting out an EP really soon. I want people to see me through my music. Yes, I want people to feel me through my music. I've been singing other people's songs. I want them to let me sing my heart out.
All right.
Literally.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for coming, Izzy. Now, for the benefits of people watching who didn't watch the show, let's watch a quick clip of Izzy's performance, and I'm sure you would love it.
Quickly, I know you have to do something for us quickly, but I just want to know, what's the most profound thing that Waje said to you during that competition?
I hope you know by now that, I can't even remember like the exact words, but I hope you know by now that, no, she first said you will be shocked that people love you. And then I hope you know you believe now that your talent, you have talent. If not, you wouldn't be here. And people actually love you outside. So don't look down on yourself.
Amazing.
So we're going to hear what people love so much about you,
right?
You've heard of singing for your supper. This is your singing for your breakfast.
Oh
now.
my God.
So
I've seen this yummy,
so what are you singing
meal.
For us?
I want to know what love is.
Okay. So go ahead, quickly.
I'm not
in a few seconds.
That's
Just the chorus is fine. Just the chorus is fine.
I want to know what love is. Yeah. I want you to show me. Oh.
Aww.
I want to feel what love is. I want to feel what love is. And I know you can show me.
All right, welcome to the kitchen, Izzy. Yes, this is Chef Blossom. And I know that we've promised you all ayamashi rice. Unfortunately, it's still cooking, as you can see right here.
It's not unfortunate.
Well, unfortunately for Izzy, because she may not get to taste it right, but she can still taste it if it's still ready on time. But we'll just give you the side attraction. So we had plantains and fried meats to go along with it.
Yes, so you get to eat the delicacy.
Yes.
You know when your mom and dad used to tell you don't eat the meat before they know we're giving you that one.
Exactly.
God, I'm starting with the meat.
Let's go.
Yes. We have all of this goodness, yummy goodness, still cooking here, as you can see. Blossom, you want to quickly tell us how you put this together in like few seconds? Like
we made the ayamashi sauce. Then we poured in the stock water. Then we allowed to boil, and then we tossed in the washed rice. And then that's about
so that's basically like cooking your local jollof rices.
No, leave it open. Let's let the aroma continue to waft into the studio. We know people from other departments will soon start converging here.
No, please, we don't want people coming in. Thank you very much.
You like it?
You like it? So when you still get to taste the star dish later on.
All right. Now, just one of the benefits of staying tuned to Wake Up Nigeria, you get to learn amazing meals like this. We appreciate you all day, every day right here on TVC. We are going to be having a great time with you again tomorrow
let's not forget Tope is still on the couch. You want to do a quick wave, shout out, B.
Hey, Tope. What's up?
Around the world.
Girls! Yay!
Is that word of wisdom?
Yes, that's my wisdom.
Bye.
7 a.m. tomorrow. Tune in once again. I'm not going to be here tomorrow, but you guys are going to be here. Yeah,
darling, we'll miss you.
It's going to be fun. But make sure you're staying tuned to TVC. Check us out. Your view is next, people. Bye.